What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here with another TikTok React. Let's see the crazy y'all are getting into. And yes, my microphone stand continues to be broken, so you're just gonna have to deal with me holding the microphone. I'm sorry. Let's jump right into it.
I'm reporting somebody disturbing into my house. Oh, man.
How many minutes ago was this?
They're still in there. I just drove their car away.
Okay, don't do that. They just stole their car.
Yeah, I know I just stole their car.
Okay, if you cannot be charged with that, so stop.
Okay, I'm stopping. I shouldn't have stole their car, but I don't want them. They're like disconnecting my TV.
Okay.
When I drove their car away, I was thinking of not taking chances.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And keep that, you know, they'll be a little confused when they come outside, but, you know.
Yeah, I hope so. That was kind of the point. This is beyond awesome, I gotta say. So I just got broken into somebody's house, stole a car. So I'm
sorry about that, but we really, you know.
Well, it's not the smartest thing to do in the world, but, you know, if I'm guilty of a misdemeanor under these circumstances.
Well, no, I'm probably not, but we don't recommend you stealing the car and then taking off.
That is hilarious. And this is actually a great example to break down because 99% of the time I get asked about the justification of lethal force in self-defense. And for lethal force, you need an objective and subjective fear of grievous bodily harm, imminent grievous bodily harm. But the way this situation played out, it was not about lethal use of force. He was protecting his property, and you can use proportionate force to protect your property. And what he did here was essentially steal a car to prevent the bad guys from being able to get away. And while the operator is correct in the sense that he very well could be charged with a crime of stealing the car, there are some logistical hurdles that would need to be overcome for that to actually come to fruition. First, the prosecutor, the DA, would have to charge someone with stealing a car from the person who was stealing from them. And then second, a judge and / jury would have to find that person guilty. I think in this situation, even if charges were brought, which is very unlikely, a jury or judge would find that this action was justified to protect his property because he prevented these individuals from getting away. And it sounds like he had fun doing it.
This is beyond awesome, I gotta say.
They get a like. Next video.
You guys, Six Flags is getting sued, which is good for us because this is how you're gonna make some free money off of that. Basically, if you went there between the years of 2013 and 2018, then they're getting sued for taking people's fingerprints. So you can say that you were there between those years and get up to $200 from them. They're not gonna have proof of you going there. So basically, just fill out this little form, send it back into them, and you can get up to $200.
How are they getting people's fingerprints? Well, regardless, if you went to Six Flags, I would definitely look into that. Something that I would note, for class actions that are generally very big or have a large class, such as everybody who has gone to Six Flags, it is often hard or impossible to prove that every individual was legitimately part of the class. But you will likely have to sign some form of sworn statement, probably an affidavit saying that you were a certified class member, you were affected by this. So if you weren't, you would be lying under oath and you can get in a lot of trouble. So I would be very careful, and I do not recommend just filling out class action forms if you were not an affected class. But if you went to Six Flags, get your money. Make it rain.
You know what else is not stealing? Putting an extra bike lock on a stranger's bike. It's insane that bike lock.
Okay, so I know where this is going because this skit has been around for a while and I get tagged in some form of this skit or stand-up show or whatever all the time. You know what, let's just watch it first and then I can give you my response.
Locks are legal, that they're just available to the public. You have any idea the amount of power that you wield with your imagination and a bike lock? There's so many things. Like, you could just walk past a Baskin Robbins and be like, you're closed. It is so arbitrary what we need permission to buy and what we don't. You have to show photo ID in a hobby shop to buy paint. Yet all of us here are just one Amazon click away from buying orange cones and making traffic go wherever we want.
That is not stealing. That is conversion. There's a tort called conversion where you interfere with people's chattel. A chattel is a movable piece of property, such as a bike. So if you put a bike lock on somebody's bike and they cannot use that bike, that is conversion, because you are interfering with their ability to use the bike, and you can still get sued. Let's say that person riding the bike was on their way to close a $1 billion deal, and you put the bike lock on, and for whatever reason, them not being able to get to the meeting is the sole reason why the $1 billion deal didn't get done. You're gonna get sued, or you could get sued. And obviously, if you don't have a lot of money, then it's pointless to sue, but you get the point. You get the point. You can get sued. It is a potential. The bike thing, people think they're so funny. So funny. I get tagged in this all the time. People ask me questions all the time about, oh, it's not stealing if I put a bike lock on somebody else's bike.
I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
Tort of conversion. Look it up. Cat. Meow. Kitty. Meow. Riveting.
Can I see your driver's license?
Yes, you can, sir.
What's this?
That's my bank card.
Why you give me a bank card? You sure you haven't had no alcohol? Any drugs that would make you give me a bank card? Where you live at, sir?
Hilliard.
And you always go to 161 to Hilliard?
Not to Hilliard, to where my house is, Granville.
I thought you said you lived in Hilliard.
I do.
Okay, you understand my concern right now? My other concern is you're 80 back there. Then when you got to my cruiser, you sped up to 95 miles an hour.
I get that.
And I'm going to ask you to step out of the car here for a minute, okay? I'm going to ask you to say your alphabet. Start with the letter E as in Edward, and you're going to stop on the P as in Paul.
E, F, J, K, I, K, E.
You know your alphabet, right? Those were not in the same order, just so you know that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, how about start with the number 68 and count backwards and stop on 53.
68, 67, 66, 65, 64, 63, 62, 60, 60, 59, 54, 58, 56, 55, 54, 51, 60.
Stop talking!
68,
Stop talking!
What did I ask you to stop on?
66.
I asked you to stop on 53. And you haven't had nothing to drink?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what does that mean? You haven't had anything, or you have had something to
I
drink?
have not.
Okay. You know why I asked you that? Because I can smell it on your breath.
Okay, so first of all, never drive drunk. It is terrible. Second of all, never talk to the police, even if you're sober. Now, those tests that he gave were pretty easy. And it was pretty easy to tell that this guy was drunk. I mean, it all started with the bank card. When the police pull you over, you have to identify yourself. I can already see the keyboard warrior saying, no, you don't, blah, 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 blah. 99.9% of the time, you're going to have to identify yourself, okay? Cat, enough. I'm trying to give legal tips or analysis, okay? Cats. So you have to identify yourself. And you have to get out of the car if the police ask you to get out of the car. That is according to the Supreme Court. Now, everything else you should not do. You don't need to be a dick, but you can respectfully decline to not talk. You can respectfully decline to not participate in any field sobriety tests. And again, I'm not advocating for driving drunk. It is terrible. It is terrible. It is terrible. It is terrible. And I sue drunk drivers all the time. But what am I trying to say? Don't drive drunk. You're an idiot if you do. Don't talk to the cops. You're an idiot if you do. Moving on.
Walking up the stairs, and this happens.
Oh my God.
The dilapidated staircase inside an abandoned home in Philadelphia was booby trapped with a large butcher
Look
knife.
at that thing. Look at that knife.
Swinging knife wasn't the only booby trap in the house. Look at this pile of broken glass on the stairs and this floorboard with more than a dozen spikes sticking out of it. Walking up the stairs, and this happens.
Oh my God. Look at this
The dilapidated
thing.
staircase inside an abandoned home in Philadelphia was booby trapped with a large butcher knife.
Oh my God. This is essentially the same scenario as the booby trap shotgun case. You have an abandoned home with a deadly booby trap. So if somebody were to be injured by this booby trap, the owner or the person who rigged this booby trap would probably be guilty of a crime and probably be civilly liable for the damages caused. When I say probably, I mean they will. What the hell kind of shit was that?
What the hell is even that?
All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun. We're growing like crazy. I think we just passed 370,000 subscribers. All right, y'all, talk to you later. Bye.